brothers and sisters. So, we have two approaches when we get a person that's interested. They've seen our shirts and it kind of resonated with them. They're interested and they want to know more. So, what do you do? So, once someone says, "Hey, that's pretty cool. I like what you got in your shirt. I have a question. How can I get to know more about this Jesus or this lesson or whatever it is?" Then you say, hey, that's awesome. It's great. My name is Hian. Introduce yourself. What's their name? Get to know. That's cool. Where are they from? Get around the area. So, hey, guess what? This might not be a good time right now, but let's set up a time for next week or something like that. Let me get your number and we'll kind of let me know what days are good for you. Like, Thursday. All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and set up for tentatively, Thursday at 2 o'clock. Can you do that? Yeah, great. And then I'll follow up with you before I go. So that way, when you're about to meet, make sure you call each other so that you guys get the place locked down, squared away, confirm that they're going to be there. If they don't confirm, most likely they're going to be a no-show. So, I mean, I don't want to waste my time going out there just in hopes that, hey, they're going to be there, and they said they would. So I would always get a confirmation because people forget. I've kind of encountered that many times where you don't get the confirmation call or email, just don't show up. And just, wait for the next one. People who are actively engaged and they want to be there, they want to learn more, they'll dedicate time, they'll be proactive about showing up and picking up their phone calls and answering you back. Okay. Now you might get someone on the other hand, they'll look at your shirt and go, huh, hey, you know what? God doesn't exist. And then, then we got to defend the faith. So there's the apologetics section below this video where you can watch where if God doesn't exist, then you're like, oh, you go through the steps, you declare your commitment to your Christ, and my answer is based on my commitment to Christ, and provide your scriptural evidence, your external, internal, and your personal evidence of what you have, and then you go down and let them understand why, tell you why don't you think that God exists? What's your basis on that belief? So they'll share, oh, because of whatever logic, I don't see it. Yeah, no, there's, I don't, I only base it on scientific data. If I don't see it, I can't believe in it. This and that. So how do you know that? And then so they're gonna basically nail it down to like, oh, okay, so it's up to you, right? You're the sole judge, and you're committed to your own independence. And they're like, okay, yeah, I'm the person that decide, but I can't see it. Yeah, so you're committed to your own independence. Is that correct? Yes. So once they confirm that, you kind of go do the next step. How do you know for sure that what you say is correct? Have you looked and researched everything in the galaxy, or read all the books? Of course they have it, right? And then we can break them down so they're gonna, that way, I mean, it has the ability to shut them up, but you don't want to offend them, because that doesn't help us share the gospel. If they get offended, they get mad and run away. But to show them and share with them that they are finite, and then that their fallacy is their commitment to their own self and their independence, and that there's a solution to that. That's Jesus Christ. Then you'd say, hey, do you want to get together and talk more about this? So I have it all laid out in the next couple videos. I just kind of briefly summarized it real quick, and then that way, when you talk to anyone, you kind of just go through the same process, the same steps to get them to commit to that, and don't chase little squirrels and side questions that don't come to the truth of that they whether or not God exists, because that's the premise behind it for all. If you cannot take care of whether God exists, don't chase other questions of is there evil, is there you know well, do babies go to heaven and all that other stuff. Okay. All right, cool. I'll talk to you later. Bye.